This is Luke of WeAreChange.org here in Copenhagen, Denmark at the first day of the Bilderberg meeting. And as you can see in front of me, journalist intimidation is very persistent here. The police have been extremely stern. There's a lot of tension in the air. There's military helicopters, navy boats, armed commandos in the streets, but the fight and persistence of the people is even stronger here. And many people from all over the world have shown up to show their resistance against this corporatocracy, against this merger of the private industry, of Goldman Sachs, Facebook, Microsoft, IBM, oil oligarchs, kings and queens, and our elected officials are meeting in there, and they're not talking about golf. Now with the meeting, with all the people here, we met with 3 amazing members of the Italian Parliament who came all the way here to deliver a message to Bilderberg. Can you tell us your name and introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Carlo Sibilia and I'm an MP from the Italian Parliament and I'm a member of the Foreign Affairs Commission.
So what brought you out here to the Bilderberg location?
Actually, I've been to the Bilderberg location last year in Watford in London, and there actually I've been just to understand what was going on. It was the first time for me last year, so I just was watching who was coming, who were the people, and what was going on. And I remember last year there was some kind of interest in there. But this year, I decided, as a member of the parliament, I decided to do a step forward, and we decided to create a document in where we ask 2 things basically. One is, since in this meeting there is a lot of people which has been elected by the people, and then there are members of the most important corporation all over the world, bankers and financial institute, and actually people that are really influenced in the world life, and political and economical world life. So we said, if this is going on and people elected is in there, why don't you just make it public? Just give us a report of what's going on in there, and why don't we have you know, the topic of your talk or something like this? And we said, just for instance, we suggested live streaming, for instance. But if it's not possible, if this is not possible, the live coverage, for instance, please don't invite people which have been elected. And we have a list of the figure we don't want to be invited in this kind of meeting, which are people who hold a public representative role, people who hold government assignments, people who could take direct decision on the monetary policy of whatever country, people who manage directly or indirectly public permits, people who manage society in monopoly system. So this is really important, I mean, because if these guys are not saying anything to the people, how could you understand what's going on?
And know what's going on when the corporate and private state meet with the public state. Obviously, they're not talking about golf in there. They're talking about a lot of different things. And it's the top, most powerful, most influential people. Now, from Italy, what kind of members from your government are going to Bilderberg?
Yeah, actually, this year, which is the poorest year with the Italian people, we have Mr. Bernabé, which is one of the member of the steering committee actually since 5 years so far, and then we have one of the intriguing figures is Monica Maggioni, which is she's a reporter from a public TV. I mean, she makes news in a public TV. So this is, you know, kind of it is difficult to understand for me, because, you know, if maybe your kind of view is influenced by this kind of meeting. And one thing I want to say is about transparency, because last year actually they started a path where maybe there was some kind of they started to first publish the list of the people invited at the beginning, then saying exactly which was the location and exactly which kind of topic were being discussed into. And one of these was nationalism and populism. So this is kind of something that make me, you know, understand something. But, you know, this year, nothing of all this. So this is really weird, because they came back on their steps.
There's no transparency. There's a paranoia everywhere. Security guards, helicopters, commandos. Journalists are arrested here. we were arrested here for trying to ask them a question. Yeah. So, as a member of, Parliament, you're drafting this official letter. Are you giving it to the Bilderberg members? What are you going to do with this official letter?
Actually, I will try to go there and ask to give this letter to the steering committee. If they don't let me, I think they won't let me enter. So I will be forced to leave it to the police. But I have the number, the phone number of this girl I told you, this Monica Maggioni, which is one of the Italian reporter for public TV. So I will call her. I will call her to just
find out what's going on.
Find out what's going on. Exactly. Yeah.
Is there anything else you plan to do on the topic of Bilderberg with your authority as a parliamentary member?
Actually, we are following this path of the influence of lobbies on public interests, because I think this is the core of all the things, And one of the examples has been one of the episodes, because we are in the parliament since 1 year and a half, and during a discussion of a law, we just recorded a lobbyist which was actually writing a law proposal for the government.
Wow.
So we actually recorded this moment, and he was talking on the phone with these guys, and we asked to the president of the chamber to get rid of him, and so she did.
Yep.
So this means that we have to put a light on this kind of thieves, on lobbies. I mean, I don't agree on regulation or make some kind of a rule to rule the phenomena of lobbyists. I don't think this is the way. The way is that if some kind of elected people wants to have any kind of information, they can ask and make it transparent. That's it. There's no lobby. You have not in a democratic industrial something. We are a representative democracy for the moment. One day will be direct democracy maybe. So this is another form of government.
It's pretty clear that whatever they decide in there, the richest, most powerful people happens. We know that from experience, other members came out and said whatever's discussed they have to implement in their specific spheres. We know Davignone said that the European Union and the Euro were made from the very start of Bilderberg. Is there anything else that for you personally is worrisome about this meeting that's taking place behind you?
Yeah, I mean, this is what we can actually suppose. But one thing I know for certain is that two of the last three Italian prime minister have been invited in this conference, and then next year they have been nominated prime minister, not elected but nominated.
Wow.
So this is really weird,
Yeah.
This is a fact actually.
Yeah.
And the one before, one of the prime minister before took place to this conference. Let's say Romano Prodi was one of these. The other guy was Mario Monti, which is still in there today.
Yeah.
And the other guy was Enrico Letta. I mean, maybe he's not really popular. He's not really popular as a guy, but he has been the prime minister. The Italian prime minister. So something is going on.
Just like in the United States when Barack Obama came and then he became president. Bill Clinton came. And he became president.
I know the story.
So it's the same thing in Italy as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So we have many things in common.
Yeah. Wow. So this kind of global takeover is not only happening. It's happening everywhere. Especially in your country, which is really troublesome.
Yeah, and then one more thing is that I've been aware of a study which is called Network of Global Corporate Control, which has been published in 2012 by the New Scientist, which just make a list of the 147 most influencing corporations all over the world, and at the fourth place there is the AXA Group. Henri de Castries, which is the president, chairman of Bilderberg, is from the AXA Group.
Wow.
So there is something going on, and even guys from the Deutsche Bank, which is the 12th most important corporation in the world.
Yep.
So there is something going on.
Goldman Sachs, Dutch Shell, the NSA,
JP Morgan,
IB Morgan, Facebook, Microsoft, Google,
okay, fine.
all of them behind us in there.
You know better than me. So we just want to know what's going on. If it's so easy, if there is anything to hide, so why they're hiding?
Exactly. I wish you best with your fight for transparency. It's amazing to see a member of parliament in Italy standing up and fighting for his rights. I wish you the best of luck with delivering that letter. Can we film you when you do that?
Yeah, you can, but actually I don't want this, you know...
Big circus. No, we'll stay behind and then you could walk over there and whatever. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Honor, pleasure.
It's not just me here, but there are 2 colleagues, so this means the consciousness is really rising in Italy and everywhere in the world. Thanks to, I think, thanks to 5 Stars movement, which is our parliamentarian group, and we're proud of that. The head-in-chief of the command here. I just want to tell one thing. We are 3 members of the parliament from Italy, and we just want to leave this document to the meeting. Just want to leave it, even if we can leave it to you and you can bring it there, and for us it's fine. We just want to give this proposal. It's on paper. No show, no anything problematic. Okay.
Who do you want to deliver it to?
If it's possible to some guys in the meeting, maybe to the chairman if he's there, or anyone else, any delegate, it's fine.
Just to check.
Thank you. It's very different from Watford. I've been in London last year, and they were really, you know. No, guys, just.
Faremo partire un video dei complottisti.
That's why I was studying. I know it was in Watford, right?
Yeah, in London.
They were like a long way from where they had their meeting.
Yeah. It was really far.
This is probably the closest.
This is the closest, and I see.
Demonstration have ever been to the.
And I haven't. I really see the police. You know, you're really. I mean, I can talk to you because last year I was trying to talk and they just said to go away and don't. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, just talking. We don't want to do any shows or anything like this. We have a position as well.
I have the gun.
Yeah, exactly. You have the gun. You are the guy with the gun.
Yeah.
Exactly. And no one wants to use it.
No, I won't use it.
No one wants.
Quello che ha fatto con la testa.
Because it's not a document which someone has waiting for.
Okay. So it was not expected.
No, not expected document. Then you can't deliver.
Okay.
Because of the security and so on and so on.
Okay.
You can always mail it to our parliament.
Mail it where?
Send a letter.
Yeah.
To the parliament. The parliament.
To our parliament.
You're very close to our parliament. So if you want somebody from our government to read that, then you can always send it.
Yeah, actually, it would have been better if some of the guys which is taking part to this meeting would read it.
But our prime minister is also taking.
You can't deliver.
Okay. Our prime minister is also taking part of the meeting.
Your prime minister is taking part of the meeting.
Some of the government too. So if you deliver it there, they have been to the meeting and they can read it there.
Okay. This is good to know. This guy maybe. Aldo?
No, he's not in the government.
He's not in the government.
Oh.
Who is this guy? You know this guy?
He's just an executive from the company called Topsø.
Okay. This is the company.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Maybe we do like this.
Great.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day, sir. Quindi non possiamo.
Qual è stata la risposta?
They said that we can't, just because the document was not expected. So that's why they can't. So they just suggest me to send an email to some member of the Danish government which is taking part in this conference. Okay. I will call this Monica Maggioni,
right.
Because
let's call her.
I'm here for a reason.
Hey man, fuck.
Yeah, that's quite a bit, thank you.
Hold on.
Listen to me!
Nej, hey, det kan du ikke.
You can't do that, sir. You can't take my camera. Hey.
Nej, hey, det er ulovligt, det ikke.
The lobby is here, and the politicians are kind of invited into the lobby. So it's a complete inversion of what we sort of